Put a little bit of the rub, nigga, I gotta be safe.
Let's get to the sports talk.
Dwyane Wade had this to say about Butler, quote, "I always thought Jimmy's personality and his crazy is perfect for Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra's crazy." You in with him on that?
I am in with him on this because the type of crazy is peculiar, right? Dwyane Waders, kind of crazy, not their type, pretty clear about that. But what Jimmy Butler is hyper-competitive and ruthless. Pat Riley's the guy who would fine his players for helping guys up off the floor after a hard foul. That kind of seems like Jimmy Butler's whole deal.
No, this was a perfect fit from even before he got there. I was saying this. The thing about Jimmy is you not go outwork him. He is demanding of other people in that same way, which is basically the Pat Riley template, right? Like Pat Riley's offering guys, come to the Heat, you'll be in the best shape you've ever been in. And the reason is nobody's going to work you like this. Jimmy works himself. I think there's a similarity here to Nick Saban going to Alabama. That job consumes every coach except for...
And that's why the Miami Heat in a good situation, because you have a guy that's willing to win, willing to outwork everyone on that court. And Jimmy Butler fit everything Miami wanted to do. He fit Pat Riley Wade. And that's what he brings to the table. It's his tenacity and his willing to win, his willing to play defense. He brings all that to the table. And look how he changed Miami. Miami was already a solid team from last year. They a way better team this year.
One whose standard is even higher for himself than Alabama's is for him.
And now, Karl-Anthony Towns. Timberwolves president of basketball operations, Gerson Rosas, had this to say about Towns, quote, "Karl-Anthony Towns is as untouchable as they come," end quote. So you in with him on that?
Nah, not really. I mean, I understand why you say this sort of thing, even if you wanted to make it possible that somebody could offer to trade for him. Maybe you do that. But I have not seen enough from Karl Towns thus far in his career say under no circumstance do I want anybody on my team more than I want him. I will give you a chance to convince me.
I will give someone a chance to convince me, but I don't think I'm going to be convinced. In the NBA, Bo, 4 quarters very rarely make a dollar, and Karl-Anthony Towns for all...
And that's why they lost Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler said those players only care about their stats, and that's why they not going to win. That's what Jimmy told them. Like, that's all that they care about. They don't care about trying to win games to be able to be successful. They only care about their individual stats. And that's why T-Wolves keep hitting the wall. That's why, because if they care more about winning, this team is taking that step. Then you got Wiggins that's up and down, and that's not going to help Karl Towns to take the T-Wolves to the next step, because he need him to be consistent more. You know, Towns dominate the game, but he need another guy around him to be able to win with him, be able to be consistent with him. That's why T-Wolves is not taking another step, because who's going to be that leader on that team? Jimmy Butler brought all that to the table, and look what happened when he's left. They only made one playoff since Towns been there, because they had Jimmy Butler leading the team. They need a leader on that team. They don't have that leader to be able to lead this team. That's what they need. They need another guy to be a leader. And since they lost that leadership from Jimmy Butler, this team went back to who they was. And it's just like Towns, after a while, is going to get frustrated. He going to want to continue making the playoff, continue for a title. He's not going to want to stay there and just keep playing like this, missing out and watching everyone play in the playoffs. After a while, he's going to get frustrated. It's bound to happen to your top guy.
All of these struggles he's had, right? Mostly having to do with toughness, especially in the postseason. The skill set that he brings, in which he can do pretty much everything, that is so rare. And if you're the Timberwolves, you pray for a guy like that to fall into your lap somehow. I don't know if they can realistically pray for one.
Yeah, but they had one of them that's somewhat similar fall in their lap, and that was Kevin Love. And I thought what Kevin Love was, he's doing this on this team right here, but man, let's see what happens when we get him on a better team. When you got him on a better one, you saw he was like the 3rd best guy on that kind of team. If Towns is the guy that you describe, I feel like they should be a little better, even in spite of what's around him. Finally, Trae Young. Trader Barge is averaging 29 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds, and he was the top vote getter among Eastern Conference guards after the third round of fan voting was released. You in on Young being an all-star even though the Hawks have only 11 wins?
I am all the way in on this because look at the videos we are showing people right now. This is a fan voting driven.
The fans voted him in. Even though his team ain't doing well, but he putting up all-star numbers, and that's why he deserved to be an all-star because of what he's doing. Like, he's trying to lead this team to be good and be able to be in the playoffs, but this team still got some more years to go before they take that next step. And that's the same thing I said about the T-Wolves and them. Who's going to be that leader to help this team get over the hump and get back to the playoffs and competing? This team got to start caring about winning. It seems like they care more about their individual stats. And that's why this team having to take that jump to being a playoff team. If they care more about winning and rotating the basketball a lot more, you see what happened when you watch their game, when they rotate, they're a different team. And then when they go back to playing just for themselves and you see the team what it is, if they get back playing like that more, the Hawks could take the next step, but he deserved to be an all-star because he had all-star numbers this season.
In contest. Tom Haberstroh raised a good point about this. We're trying to watch a pickup game. We're not really giving away like honors and honorifics. I want to watch Trae Young play basketball, so put him in.
But separate from that, I think whether I want to see him in the game is one discussion. Whether I think he's an all-star is a different one. And what we're not showing here are the clips of the awful defense. That being said, he's so good offensively while being surrounded by absolutely nothing that I can't hold it against him that they only had 11 wins. If you want to knock his game, you can find ways to do that. But if your argument...
And that's what they're going to work on. They're going to work on him defending a lot more. The NBA going to help him out with that. His team is going to help him out with that. His coaching staff is going to be able to help him defend more. He's going to learn how to defend over years. Like, it's going to come. Like, it's a lot of players that don't play defense in the league. He's the only one that's in the All-Star. He ain't the only one that don't play defense.
Him being an all-star is what the team's record is. Tell me more about the team then.
And if the other argument is he plays all defense, it's the All-Star game. I welcome the worst possible defense you want to bring.
Every game, the All-Star game, to trade a barge.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis,
Stuffing them shits in the safe. Got me a spot out the way.